So here's the thing, I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army. To me, it seemed like an unnecessary expansion to the Sniper Elite series. Developers Rebellion have tried once again with the all too convenient Halloween release of Nazi Zombie Army 2. Let's get one thing straight here, this is not a brand new game. In fact, it looks almost identical to last year's outing. But there's still some dumb fun to be had with 3 friends in tow. So what we have here is a 4-player co-op zombie shooter, and that's really about it. The game tries to tell a story about 3 relics brought to reverse a curse, and Adolf Hitler makes a few appearances, but honestly, it only serves to move the players along. The 4 players never talk to each other and have no backstory, and nor is it ever explained what they are doing there. The game tries to copy Valve's Left 4 Dead series by the use of safe houses within levels and these 4 characters that appear to look different, but without the voice acting, it all comes off as really cold. B-movie vibe with none of the B-movie charm. The base gameplay here is actually rather fun with friends, and the levels are pretty well laid out for what they are. Unfortunately, since this game is basically Sniper Elite V2 with a zombie coat of paint, it uses the exact same mechanics from that game, and unfortunately some of these mechanics don't work in this content. For example, the cover mechanic simply doesn't work all that well. Since there's multiple enemies on the screen and they now run at you, you'll quickly overrun even with 4 players playing at the same time. Also, with customizable loadouts, you can change the sniper weapons through a list, and you can pick sniper weapons up in the safe house. But since these guns have been sped up to take care of the amount of zombies on the screen, there's hardly any difference between these guns other than ammo count. A couple of them had focus mode and a heartbeat ratio, but it really didn't add or change anything to the guns. They just didn't differentiate all that well. On top of that, Sniper Elite sniper weapons feel fantastic, but then it means that the other weapons, your backup and your pistol, feel rather ordinary. On top of this, there are other quirks such as the fact that the game's much touted X-ray headshots, where you get the headshot and it goes into X-ray, and it looks really, really cool first time around. It's only available in this game's single player portion, since the multiplayer is just a sped up bullet cam. This is excruciating because the single player in this game is rubbish. It should never have been included in the package, and it basically is the co-op mode but on your own. But to make it worse, the bullet time is actually slower in single player, and sometimes you can last a good 10 to 15 seconds waiting for the shot to land. It's a very impressive visual effect the first time around, but by about the 10th or maybe a 20th time, you wish you hadn't landed the headshot. And for a zombie game where landing the headshot kills them for good, that's a bit anticlimactic and ironic. In the end, Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army 2 is a fair game. It's mechanically fairly sound, but I can't shake the feeling that it's exactly the same as the last game, and moreover than that, it's more of just an expansion to Sniper Elite V2 than a standalone game. If you're a huge fan of team-based zombie games and you're desperate for something new to play, this will scratch the itch just about, but just be aware that there are much better team-based games out there. For more game reviews and news, check out pushstart.co.uk.